Your life won't change unless you actually change. And that's because we often just expect life to take its magic turn, you know. Oh, 3 years down the line, I'll get this promotion.
Yes, so?
Or, you know, I'll get that opportunity then. Maybe I'll just start tomorrow. Oh, that business sounds good, but, you know, everyone else is doing it. So, you know, maybe when it ties down, I'll start doing it.
Is that what he calls it?
The excuse master, right? The excuse master. And that's the thing. We often make excuses. But the thing that's weird is we often say this as well. We say, I want to change, but I'm comfortable now. It's mainly about money more.
It's not about the money. Holy sweet mother of pearl!
Where people are like, oh, you know, I have a job, I have a car, I have a house, and things like that. And they say, oh, you know, I wish I had more money. But you see them watching TV every single night, and you see them on their phone scrolling.
Huh?
So clearly they're content with what they have because they're using their time wisely. If they clearly wanted to change, they would get off their phone and start making money.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And that's because we're locked in a box. That's because we're locked in a box where we're saying to ourselves, oh, you know, I want to change, but it's too hard. It's too hard for me to do that because I don't know what's going to happen. And that's because we're afraid of risks. We're afraid of taking a risk because I know for a fact if me and you were guaranteed a shot, like those pyramid scheme scams,
Holy sweet!
we're saying, you're guaranteed $1 million, $50 entry. And me and you would gladly pay that $50. But because we're afraid of risk, like, what if? That what if factor. Oh, yeah, don't go in that category.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
That what if, that's when we run. We run away. We run away. But risk is actually the thing that motivates you. That's the difference. If there was no risk of failing,
And what does that make, ketchup?
Oh, bro.
it would be boring. The reason why people do so good in businesses is because there's a risk of failing or someone passing you, so they have to work harder to get consumers to buy their product. So we need risk. We need risk to motivate us. It's the same thing when you're in the gym and you're saying, I don't know what I'm gonna look like in 3 years, but I know I'm gonna look better than I do now. If you listen to that advice, bro, you're already top 1%. I mean, straight up.
How tough are you?
How tough am I? How tough am I? I had a bowl of nails for breakfast this morning.
You don't know that your six pack is gonna look like a 6. It might look like a 5. We don't know, but because you got that fat belly, we don't know. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying that because you never tried. You never took that risk of saying, oh, you know, the pain, the effort of me learning how to do these workouts and me eating right, I'm not gonna get better. It's the same thing with business. It's the same thing with following God. It's the same thing with anything in life. This is the framework.
Liar, liar, plants for hire.
It's pants on.
We're leveling up right now. Come on. We need to finally say to ourselves, change is possible, but you have to want it. You always hear, you know, David Goggins, you always hear all these people saying, you have to want it.
You have to want it.
You gotta want it more than anything else.
You gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe.
Stuff like that, right? You always hear that. You always hear these big motivational gurus say you have to change. The thing is a lot of these people who watch that stuff, they hear that and they're like, yeah, he's right. It's the next video. I'm gonna scroll up. There you go. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That's not change. That's dopamine.
I need it!
That's another thing. So if we're comfortable in where we are, but we want to change, how do you change? You can't change. You have to make a sacrifice. And that's the thing we're going to talk about right now is say, hey, Tyler, so, you know, if you're talking all about this, did you really change? And honestly, yes and no. I'll let you know, but I was a big corn boy from like 13 to 17, 18. I'm just watching that stuff and just doing it on the phone every single night, right?
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And just craving dopamine. I was on my phone maybe like 8-9 hours a day, having that massive screen time. You know, I used to get home from school and just play video games. I used to be the guy who basically had no purpose or no nothing at all. And the big issue with me was I didn't see a vision. I didn't see myself higher. And I was comfortable for where I was because I was like, oh, it's a short-term moment.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Of me, you know, getting that pleasure. Like, oh, I get my little hits. And then I feel so drained after. So I didn't see the bigger picture. I just saw the short-term moment of me getting, oh, that 5 seconds of pleasure. I'm going to go towards it because, I'm going to feel something.
I need it!
But you don't feel it after no longer because it just goes away. So, did I change? Yes. I changed who I once was. And that's because I believe change is possible. I think that you magically can change the person, because I used to be that loser who used to be so sensitive, who used to be someone who was so addicted to just feeling good. But now I'm saying to myself, I follow Christ. I follow someone who suffered for me. I'm now going to suffer for him, but also for my future self, so that I can actually be better than who I was yesterday. Because now I see, if God's on my side and he redeemed me from who I once was and still wants me,
That tickled.
then I can still change. So if you're an atheist, bro, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you or nothing. But really, if you really are lacking direction in life, people really get that bad rap about God. But God just wants to help you, generally. And I think without God, you can't do anything. So that's what he did for me. But honestly, I've been doing better than I ever have been. I've been so disciplined. I've been following God, reading my Bible more than I ever once was, because I didn't grow up as a Christian, right? But not even that. I've just been stepping out of my comfort zone more and more than I ever have. But these last 4 months, I haven't.
Liar, liar, plants for hire.
I've been being comfortable. I've been going back to YouTube. I've been going back to those slightly of my old ways. And I have just been numb. I've just been drowning myself, because the crazy part is now, when I was 15 years old, I didn't hear that voice of saying, you're not doing something right here. I just heard one more video, one more scroll, one more game. But now I hear, you're messing up. I'm hearing, honestly, from God, just saying, I have such a big plan for you ready, but the reason why you haven't received it yet is because you're not working for it. And I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to show you what's going to happen if you don't get it. You're going to live this crappy will that you're building for yourself, and I'm going to make addictions, and I'm going to make my life harder because I didn't get rid of the things that God told me to get rid of. So instead of me saying, you're right, I was saying, just one more video.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Because I'm scared. I don't know, if I put that work in and I make that YouTube video, but it gets like 50 views, I just wasted 3 hours of my life. But the thing is, if I didn't do it in the first place at all, then I would get 0 views. So still, I'm getting something, because now I'm giving myself more opportunities to maybe get more views, or maybe to fulfill someone in my audience right here. Maybe to help you, because you wouldn't have saw this video if I never got up from my fat chair and said,
All right, let's make this video now, right?
But yeah, I did change. And now, I'm being used in a way to change. I have to follow God in order to change. And that's what I'm saying. I got to stop being lukewarm. I got to stop being this guy who just says these things, but I'm actually struggling. And I am struggling. I genuinely am.
I have to complain to you.
No, I don't.
But instead of me lying to you, I'm going to be honest with you straight up. And every day I'm going to fight for it now. I'm going to be back on this channel posting videos because it helps you and it helps people who need it. But also it helps me. I'm not the type of guy to watch my videos when I'm struggling with something and be like, damn, how you good? You said that, because that's the Holy Spirit right there. That's the Holy Spirit.
This is a load of barnacles.
That's not me. That's God. And yeah, that's it. But no more turkey twister. No, none of that. We're in here. And I know that me picking the short-term thing now is I'm gonna regret it later, since it's not worth it. It's never worth it. It's never worth picking the thing that lasts for 3 seconds while you have a car that lasts for 400,000 miles. It's like the new Honda Civics. Like, they don't last long, but the old ones will go through a nuclear war and they'll be good. So I want to be that old 2005 Civic with the sport emblem on the back, who just keeps going through the Chinese apocalypse. But no more short-term gratification, because it's going to leave you shortly fulfilled. While the long stuff, unfortunately, you're going to be a little uncomfortable in the moment, but think about the fulfilling factor after. when you finally look at yourself in the mirror in 3 years and say, I'm not just physically in great shape, but mentally, I feel free. And then you go in your phone and you look at your bank account has a bunch of 9s on it instead of 0s. And you're like,
Holy sweet mother of pearl!
dang, I got like $99,000 in there. I'm doing good. The business is going right. And you look at your past self and be like, man, I was so lost. Like, I could have been doing this the whole time. And you say how easy it is, right? Like me, an hour ago, I was like, that video's gonna suck. And look, I'm just talking to you right now. And that's not an ego way or nothing. That's just because we deal with these small things and we make things so overcomplicated.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
But you really should start whatever you have to do. It can be a business. It can be your life. You have to be prepared. Even if you don't fully want to change, you have to be prepared in order for that change when it happens. Unfortunately, life doesn't just have good change. It has a lot of bad change. You know, you find out a loved one died, and I'm sorry if you ever dealt with that, because I have. It changed me a lot. I had a big brother to me who died in a motorcycle accident at 23 years old. And when I heard that, I just couldn't live for a week. And, you know, it wasn't that I got over it. It was just I had to accept it. And accepting new things is hard because there's a part of me that knew I couldn't get him back. But there was also a part of me that said, think about all the things he did for me. Think about all the times, the laughs we had, but also what he wanted me to do for him. Because if I died, he would do the same for me. So no matter what, I'm gonna keep going because of my boy. But also because these change happen, and we often only change when there's something bad. Really, that's more so. You know, you're about to get laid off from your job. Now you start changing, like, oh crap, I gotta find a new job, be prepared. Or always by a threat. It's like an eviction notice at your door. That's the only time we change. But when there's no eviction notice at the door, but there's 1,000 packages backed up at the front door, we're just gonna leave them there. I'll deal with it later. But then the eviction notice pulls up, said, do it. You go, you get out there and you start sprinting to it. That's the issue. So just the way that you have to prepare for uncomfortable change, when something good happens, take the opportunity as well to change. Because if you never prepare yourself when that change opportunity comes in the mail, all it's going to be is just, dang, I'll add that into the pile. So if you truly now want to level up, you will change. And the crazy part is you've said this 1,000 times right in this one video. 12 minutes long, you probably said change like 60,000 times.
Oh, bro.
It's so simple, but you're looking for some crazy answer. You know what you need to do right now. And if you don't know what you do, you know what you have to do to lead up to it. And the sad part is, bro, I'm going to be straight up with you. Your purpose and the things you want to do, it's not laid out for you. But the light at the end of the tunnel is still going to be there. And every time you walk, you look down at your feet and you say, there's still light. So just know there is a tunnel. There's light in it, but you can't see what's at the end yet. So stop being scared. Stop being the excuse bandit. Stop being that guy who just says, oh, you know, I'll do it tomorrow, or, you know.
Is that what he calls it?
What if it fails? Because you don't know that. You don't know that. You got to try it. So keep doing it. No matter what you do, try it. The only thing you lost is time. If that's really what it is, it's time. Because if it was money, you didn't go too deep into it yet. That means you just saw the first risk, the first threat of you being pushed down.
I have to complain to you.
No, I don't.
A bit of you being uncomfortable and said, oh, I'm going to quit. Every winner you see on the TV, every star NBA player had a moment where they sucked and they said, I want to quit. The only difference between them and people who lost was true winners are losers who want to win, while losers are people who choose to quit. So, do you want to be a loser or do you want to be a winner? And they're both the same thing, just one wants to win. But winning doesn't happen in one day. The difference between winning is it might take years, it might take months, and it might take you being reformed as a person. So, anyways, that's what I'm going to leave you with. If you like this video and you like this type of content, please like and subscribe just to show me that you liked it. Anyways, I'm going to get back to editing this, and I'm going to try and post more of these because I got to change. I got to change myself. I got to change. I got to stop being that guy because I want this. I want this, and now I'm going to change. Boom. You have to do it too.